What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the very first tier list video that I'm ever going to be making. Today we're going to be taking a look at Ace Combat 6 planes. If you guys haven't already, please drink your water. You know I'm a big advocate for this, and wash your hands. Be safe out there. And without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the video. So obviously we're just going to be doing best to worst, so this is going to be like greatest of great, and then the bottom is just going to be chopper. No, let's not put that. Let's put a PJ trash. There we go. And then everything from there is going to be like, you know, this is like it's pretty good. It's pretty good. B is going to be a little higher than mid grade. C is definitely mid. D is going to be a little below average, and then PJ trash is just going to be like, don't ever fucking talk to me about this plane. Oh my god, excuse me, guys. So if you guys haven't already, please go ahead, give this video a little like. It helps the channel out a lot, and definitely check out all the social medias and stuff. I'm getting all of the pictures and information from Acepedia. If you guys have not checked out that website already, I use it every single day. It was created by Sly Cooper Fan 1, and I believe it's worked on by some other people. But guys, please support the official website. The link will be in the description down below. If you guys also want to use this tier list, I will definitely save it for y'all so y'all can use it as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so first, we're just gonna start from top to bottom. We got to start off with the F-16. Now, this plane is obviously just your average starter plane. I mean, it's a little, you know, well balanced all around. Definitely not the worst plane I've ever used. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right over here on the mid C area, because I mean, first of all, I'm not gonna go based on design here, just on how the plane plays itself. I don't give a fuck about how it looks. I don't care how it sounds. Well, I mean, I kind of do, because, you know, some of the planes really do be sounding real nice and sexy, you know what I mean? But this plane here, all around, I always have viewed it as your average plane, and it doesn't have really anything special. Besides the RCLs, I mean, as you guys know, if you played Ace Combat 6, the RCLs are absolutely 1000% overpowered. And, you know, any plane that does have the RCL automatically makes it mid. Automatically. Because no matter what plane you use in Ace Combat 6, the guns are overpowered and the RCLs are absolute nukes in this game. So, it goes without saying the F-16 is definitely a mid plane. Now, going to the next plane on the list here, we're going to be going with the Mirage 2005. It is a multi-role plane. This thing does carry the XMA-4, the GPB, the LASM, and the SFFS. Now, as far as like its stats, it's a pretty good attacker as far as air-to-air combat and air-to-ground as well. It's not the fastest thing in the world. It is a little bit better than the F-16. Now, I don't know. The thing is that it's okay. It's nice. As far as the price of the plane, though, I think it's a little expensive as far as, you know, just buying the plane in game in general. I've never been a huge fan of the Mirage, just because it reminds me a lot of the Typhoon, and I don't know why. I guess it's just because of the wing build there. Although the Typhoon and the Mirage are two completely different planes, Typhoon obviously being a fighter and the Mirage being a multi-role. But it's a pretty average plane as well. I wouldn't put it above or below anything here. And that's why I'm going to put it at the C tier here, because it's almost on par with the F-16. It's not any better, but it's not any worse, like I said. Now, moving on to the one and only, oh my god, I love this introduction, the A-10 Drift Master. If you guys haven't played Ace Combat 6, this plane is known for being one of the biggest drifters in the entire game. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the weight of the plane or because of the maneuverability. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with it, but this game, it makes the A-10 very special. Now, I've always been a fan of the A-10 in every Ace Combat game. You guys know, it's basically the fucking tank of Ace Combat. It is the Burt God, the air-to-ground master, whatever you want to call it. It has some of the best defense in any Ace Combat game. Just an absolute tank. And now, as far as what it carries, it has the missiles, obviously, the RCL, the FAEB, and the XAGM. The FAEBs in this game are absolute dog shit. You have to use a couple of them, I believe, to even do any damage to any kind of tank. So any enemies with metal armor, right, it's going to take a lot more to blow through with the FAEBs. But as you guys know, the RCL in this game is just absolutely overpowered. There's no reason why we should not be using the A-10 with the RCL. And in my playthrough, I picked the FAEB. I believe it was mission like 3 or 4. I can't remember specifically. I'll put a clip somewhere. But this plane with the RCLs, come on, man. Come on, man. And it's a drift master. Can you, who do you know that can do the Tokyo drift with this plane? Who? Nobody else. There's no other plane out there but the A-10. So that's why I'm going to put it on the A tier. It's almost greatest of great. I would put it there if it was a little bit easily, if it was a little bit more easily handled, but it's just not there. It's an A-10 though, you know. Can't be mad. Can't be mad. Now, I don't know how people are going to feel about this. I feel like I'm probably going to get a lot of hate, maybe. I'm not a huge fan, never have been, of the Tornado GR4. It is a attacker plane, and it carries obviously missiles, the BDSP, the LASM, and the ECMP. This plane is absolutely trash. I don't care what y'all say, especially in Ace Combat 6. Although it's known for its maneuverability and acceleration, I just don't feel like this plane performs like it should. I feel like it probably deserves a little bit more stat boost than what it was actually given. Although it looks great as an attacker plane, I don't like it. I've never been a fan. But I mean, you know, as far as the air-to-ground mission, I guess it's not a bad plane. But for my hate of this plane, I'm gonna have to put it in the D rank. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Tell me what you want. Call me what you want. I just don't like it. I don't. Okay. I don't know. I feel bad. I really do. But I'm sorry, man. It's not there. It's just not there. Okay. All right. So moving on, we're gonna move on with the FA-18F Super Hornet. It is a multi-role aircraft. Carries the missiles, the SAAM, the SOD, the XAGM, and the ECMP. Now, SAM's in this game, kind of average. Obviously known for some mid-air to ground combat here. Air to air is a chef's kiss. And on top of that, I mean, I feel like it can kind of be used in any kind of battlefield situation. If you have an air to ground mission, I mean, go ahead. Why not? It's perfect for that. Air to air, I mean, you're setting yourself up for victory there. So regardless of, no matter where you go, the FA-18F always pulls through no matter what. I do have a very special place in my heart for this plane. It's like the F-15E's little brother, I guess you could say. It's so nice, man. Definitely not the fastest plane in the world, definitely not the best handled, but as far as being a multi-role aircraft, this plane is pretty fucking nice. I'd say it's above average, right above average, so we're gonna put it in the B slot here. Moving on to the F-2A multi-role aircraft. Now, I don't know why I guess this is considered a multi-role, especially in Ace Combat 6. with the entire stat boost being to air to ground. I would kind of consider this more of an attacker personally. It is definitely known for its stability and just being super responsive. I mean, it doesn't really stall as much as you would think it will. Now, as you guys know, I mean, stalling in Ace Combat 6 is pretty fucking scary, especially with the CFA-44, which I'll get to much later down the list. But like I said, I don't know why this is really considered a multi-role. I guess just because it is a little well-balanced, not as much as the FA-18F. I don't know, man. Honestly, I guess with it being a pretty decent air-to-ground plane here, I mean, it's okay. It's just okay, man. It carries the LASMs, the QAAMs, the XMA4s, and the UGBs. I don't know. I mean, I would put it with the F-16. Ooh, this is gonna be a hard one, man. This is gonna be a hard one. Not the biggest fan. It is also known as the Viper Zero, as you guys know. That's its little nickname. Definitely not trash. I would. It's between C and D, but for it being a decent air-to-ground aircraft here, but for it just being misclassified in my own heart, right? Just in my own heart, I'm gonna go ahead and put it at D. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I have to, dude. I have to put it with the Tornado. It's just only right. I feel like it's unnecessarily misclassified. I don't know. I'm just not gonna rant about it that much because I know a bunch of people are going to get mad about that. But we'll just leave it as it is, okay? All right, so moving on with the F-14D Tomcat. Now, if you guys don't know, I personally feel like the Super Tomcat is criminally overrated. Like, it's a great plane, don't get me wrong. Awesome fighter jet, of course. It's really great for air-to-air combat. Air-to-ground, don't even fucking think about it. Now, you guys know this is a staple aircraft in almost every Ace Combat game. Everyone loves the Tomcat, you know? It's... Fuck, dude, I do too. I mean, it is definitely one of my favorites by design. But just for its classification here, it does carry the missiles, obviously, just as every plane does. The XLAAs, SAMs, and GPBs. Its weapon arsenal here is definitely a little above average, especially for its air-to-air combat here. It's not the greatest maneuverable aircraft that I've ever flown in. I'm sure you guys know that. It's a little bit on the heavier side for it being a fighter. But as far as combat, man, you cannot beat this thing. It is as accurate as it can be. It definitely hits when you're going as fast as you can across the map, hitting top speeds of, I don't even know actually. What's the Tomcat's top speed? Let's look it up here. F-14 Tomcat top speed. It hits a top speed of, holy shit, 1544 miles per hour. That is absolutely incredible. A lot faster. It's almost on par with the F-22. So just think about, well, actually it's a little bit faster. Just think about that, man. That's pretty fucking incredible for being a fighter jet, especially with the weight that it carries. But for that, we're gonna go ahead and put it on the A tier here. Where the fuck is the Tomcat? Okay, here it is. Yeah, we're gonna put it at the A tier though. I mean, I could go on and on about it. Like I said, I do think it is a little overrated, but still, I mean, it's a great staple aircraft. You can't go wrong with it. Now, moving on, the Su-33 Flanker D fighter jet as well. By far, one of my favorite sets of aircraft in any Ace Combat game. You guys know it's a staple aircraft, man. It's in a lot of the franchise, and I don't know, you know, for its design, it's so fucking sexy, man. I could let me not go on about the Sukhois, because that's my favorite line of aircraft. It's definitely a very high maneuverable aircraft here. Top speed, definitely great for air-to-air combat. Air-to-ground, don't even think about it. But this plane does carry the RCLs, so you guys know it already puts itself top of the league here. It does carry the, obviously, missiles, QAAMs, the XMA-4s, and then, like I said before, the RCLs. It's got superior numbers, man. It is one of the best top-of-the-line planes I always choose in any Ace Combat game. You cannot go wrong with this plane, dude. Enough said. It's greatest of the great. We're putting it at the S tier here. I'm sorry, man. I gotta go with... I'm speaking facts here. What can I say? Let me take a sip of this water. Now, moving on to the F-15E Strike Eagle. I did call the F-15E the bigger brother of the A-18F Hornet. I believe I did say that right? Yeah. Sometimes I be forgetting names. I'm sorry, guys. So this plane carries, obviously, missiles, the XMA-6s, the UGBs, SFFS, and the XAGM. Now, UGBs in this game are not terrible. It's definitely a good second choice to the RCLs. RCLs just being completely overpowered. It's a great multi-role aircraft. I would put it, like I said, a little bit above par from the FA-18F. Speed, top of the line, man. The mobility of this plane and maneuverability, it's definitely not the most mobile aircraft you'll fly in any Ace Combat, but if you guys know, this thing is an offensive powerhouse, man. Take on fucking Yellow Squadron, you're gonna have a ball. I promise you. Also, I'm talking about Ace Combat 4, but if I definitely didn't have any top tier plane to choose from, and this is the plane I had to fight against the Nosferatu against Pasternak in that fucking mission. Oh my god, dude. This would definitely be the aircraft to go with. Now, I mean, like I said, I feel like that's kind of all I can say about it, man. I don't know. I would go off about it from other Ace Combat games, but for Ace Combat 6's standpoint, it's a great fucking aircraft. And we're going to put it on par with the Tomcat here, going in the A list. Moving on. I have a lot of mixed feelings about this plane. A lot of mixed feelings. Now, the Rafale... How do you pronounce this? Because every single time that I end up on a video on a stream and I pronounce this, I always get corrected. So let me figure out here. Rafale. Okay, I guess I said it right. It's a Rafale. Anyway, so the Rafale is a multi-role aircraft. It carries the missiles, SOD, the SAAMs, the XMA-6s, and the XAGMs. It's not really too special carrying any top tier arsenal here. But as far as its maneuverability and speed, guys, this plane is so beautiful, man. I would put this on par with like a Need for Speed race car. It performs so well. If you were to race this plane and you had to do some tight turns, man, some post-stall maneuvers, whatever, it definitely has the quickest response with any aircraft in the game. As far as its air-to-ground and air-to-air abilities, not really the best for air-to-air combat here, but as far as air-to-ground, man, this is your plane right here. And if you want to complete the mission pretty fucking fast and you want to dodge a bunch of SAMs and stuff, this is definitely the plane to go with. I am not a Rafale stan, to say the least. I wish I was. I know a lot of people have really big feelings for this plane, and it's definitely not my favorite. I would put it as an average plane, but for its maneuverability, we got to go with the B rank. We got to go with the B rank, man. That's only necessary. Now, one of my favorite planes in the entire Ace Combat game here, in its entirety of Ace Combat 6, is going to be the F-117A Nighthawk. This plane by far is so criminally underrated. People were fucking trying to tear me down about using this plane. Now, if you guys don't remember in Ace Combat 6, I fought against the Shrigan team whenever they first came in from a air-to-ground mission. I can pull a clip up somewhere. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Evacuate, evacuate, evacuate. And I got really fucking scared, and so did chat, because they were like, this is not the plane to use, any other plane but this one. And I was like, no, 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 listen. Any aircraft I could have chosen, and you're not gonna let me pick the F-117A Nighthawk? I stuck to my word. I was so loyal to this plane. If I could do an entire playthrough of Ace Combat 6 with the Nighthawk, I probably would. It just hands down. It is so underrated. Now, I know people are gonna take this as probably a really big meme, but this plane is not trash. It is definitely not PJ trash. I promise you, dude. Obviously, with the stats, we would put it as PJ trash. As far as stats, right, I would leave it here. Like, if we're just talking generally facts, it is a trash plane. But in my experience, we're just gonna move it up to the D rank. I would even put the fucking Tornado right below. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. We might just leave the Tornado there because it is PJ trash compared to the Nighthawk. I would choose the Nighthawk over the Tornado. I'm sorry, bro. I'm going to dog on that plane for as long as I live. Okay, so moving on with the Typhoon. It is a fighter jet. Carries the XLAAs, the XMA-6, and the RCLs. Typhoon is a very special aircraft, man. High speed, high mobility, high air-to-air combat, great stability, a pretty fucking good defense. This plane is way better, I think personally, than the Rafale. This plane is so fucking nice, especially for air-to-air combat. Whenever I fought in, I forget what boss battle it was, but I used the RCLs, I believe, using the Typhoon, or maybe I used the Su-33. I don't know. I can't remember what boss battle or what mission I used this in, but the Typhoon is criminally overpowered in Ace Combat 6. It carries the RCLs already. It's got the nukes, you know? It's got the nukes on hand. Fast as fuck. I would almost put it as greatest of great. And I think I am. Because it is such a stupidly good plane in Ace Combat 6. And, you know, man, I can't say much more about it. What can I say, man? Such a good fucking plane, man. Okay, so moving on, the Su-47 Berkut. It is a fighter jet carrying the QAAMs, the SAAMs, and the UGBs. Its arsenal is just... oh, makes me cry, dude. I can't believe that the Su-47 got booked with this kind of shit. And it's pretty fucking sad that, you know, it's such a good plane, but I wish it had the RCLs. You already know it would be almost on par with the CFA-44 Nosferatu. This plane is one of the best mobile, fast, I would say your air-to-air combat partner here. If you want to use a top-tier plane against the F-22, against the Nosferatu, man, this is what you go with. I am a Su-47 stan. You guys should know me. I simp for this fucking plane. And I gotta go with the Su-47. I just have to. It's gonna go under the S rank here because it's just one of the greatest of the greats. I'm a simp, like I said. I'm a simp. Now, moving on, you guys should probably already know where this is gonna head to. I know this is gonna cause a lot of divide because, you know, people hold the F-22 in a very special place in their heart. And honestly, I get it. Look, I have a model of the F-22 sitting on my desk. This thing, I carry with me every fucking where. Don't get me wrong, it's a sexy plane. Do I like it better than the Su-47? No, I don't. And as far as statistics, you know the F-22 definitely outranks the Su-47. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I know. But it does depend on who is piloting that aircraft. And if I'm using the Su-47 and you got little PJ over here using the F-22, I'm definitely gonna fucking outrank him. 1000%. It's carrying the XAMs, the XMA-6, the QAAMs, and the SODs. Definitely doesn't carry anything special. I guess the XMA-6s are pretty fucking nice to have in the game. I used this thing on the final mission, Chandelier, and it carried me through the entire mission. I would say it definitely does outrank the Su-47, especially for me using the Su-47 on the second to last mission, and I had so much trouble using that. But anyway, you know what? I'm gonna just go with it. The F-22 is gonna be put on A rank because of my own personal opinion. That is the only reason why. It is S rank for sure, don't get me wrong, but because I'm making this tier list, I'm sorry boys, we gotta go with A. And last but not least, the CFA Nosferatu is trash. Thank you guys so much for coming to this video. I love you all so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Nah, I'm just playing with y'all, man. Okay, so the Nosferatu carries a whopping 300 missiles. It carries the 80 MMs, which y'all already know. It is the most overpowered special weapon missile in the entirety of Ace Combat's existence. The 80 MMs should not exist. It shouldn't. It is so criminally overrated that I think if they were to put the Nosferatu in Ace Combat 7, which, please, by God, Kazutoki Kono, if you're listening out there to any of the fans, please, we're asking for the Nosferatu. I would do anything. I will lick some toes for the Nosferatu to be in Ace Combat 7, and I mean that. I swear on the Ace Combat Bible, man. Now, this plane can only be unlocked on hard difficulty by completing the campaign. It's got great mobility, great speed, and great air-to-air combat, great air-to-ground. It's a great aircraft all around. But it just doesn't fly like it says it should. It does not, for whatever reason. The handling on this thing is so sticky, it's so stiff, it's so trash. I just don't understand, like, why? Because you drift a lot, right? Almost on par with the A-10. You like, for whatever reason, when you're pulling a high G turn, you get locked in, and then your plane stalls. And I just don't like that about that plane. Now, as far as handling in other Ace Combat games, I'm sure it's a lot cleaner. Although Ace Combat 6 is the only first experience I've had flying this plane. And maybe they might fix this, maybe they might not, who knows. But I just don't like that you get stuck in that, man. And, you know, it's got all the tech, it's got all the arsenal you need to play any fucking mission possible. But as far as its maneuverability, it is a little trash, but it does make it the greatest of the great plane because, well, the fucking 80 MMs. What more do I have to say about it? If you think that the 80 MMs are trash, please click away from this video. I'm just kidding, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. I know this is a really long one. I just wanted to kind of have a little fun with a different style of videos here, and maybe I can do more tier lists in the future. If you guys have any tier lists that you would like to see in the future, definitely leave them down in the comment section below. I want to hear, I want to see your thoughts and opinions on my tier list. I know, look, I know I'm going to get a lot of fucking hate for just absolutely dogging and trashing on the Tornado, but I just had to, man. I just fucking had to. It's I'm not gonna go on about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what tier list you want to see in the comment section below, and let me know, show me on Twitter if you guys want to follow me there at the activace. Tweet at me what your tier list is. If you haven't already, join the Discord and definitely post it there. Maybe I can make like a tier list section so you guys can post all of your great tier lists there. And that's going to be it. Give a like on the video, subscribe if you like the content, and streams are definitely going to be coming soon. I love you guys so much. Thank you all so much for coming out and watching, and I will see you all in the next one. See you guys in solitary.